Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing today for this beautiful Monday, August 20th?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm showing all this
You put them things away.
skin.
Did you guys get tickets to the gun show? It's right here, baby.
Yeah.
It's all right here. Oh, boy. You know, some days you got to show them off.
I didn't mean to because I'm fairly reserved, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to meet you down at a local coffee shop, and I just
Yes.
forgot to pack a T-shirt.
How
So,
convenient.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So I apologize, ladies
that
and
does
gentlemen,
happen.
for my appearance.
Well, don't apologize now.
Okay.
Working the guns.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking Trends. Myself and Tony find interesting news articles from across the globe, and we bring them to the comforts of your home or wherever you're listening to this.
Yeah.
And we thank you for that.
We do.
Unlike a lot of podcasts, this is done live. So everybody in the chat, we want to hear your thoughts, your opinions on the stories that we're going to be covering.
Speak up, people. We don't need to ask you a question. Just speak your opinion.
Yes.
We want to hear it.
And you may be wondering what we're going to be talking about today on Talking Trends.
I am wondering, yes.
Well, we're going to kick things off with this lady.
I don't like her.
I like her.
Oh, okay.
She fell off a cruise ship.
Ouch. Okay.
But don't worry.
Yeah.
She's okay.
Jeez.
Or is she?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, she's okay.
Crap.
Now, the challenges on the internet, they come and go, and now there's a new one. Not sure what I think about this one.
Oh, I think I know what you think.
It's called the Tip the Bill Challenge.
Yeah.
We'll get into it in a little bit. I think it's going to get a lot of people talking.
We want to know what you think.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Ever wonder how fast you can run in high heels?
Not lately.
Okay. Well,
Now that you bring it up.
yeah, one lady did, and
Okay.
as a result, she got hit by a car.
Oh, that's not the way you want it to end.
No. And I'm sure Kevin Spacey's probably thinking the same thing because he recently opened a movie on the weekend.
Didn't get the numbers he'd hoped he got. Real low numbers we'll talk about.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't even
boy.
believe how low it is.
I can't even. I don't even. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it was possible, actually.
Either did I.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that, of course, in the second half of the show.
Great picture, by the way, of him. Like, that's his reaction to the number. Ugh.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And, of course, we'd love to wish everybody out there a happy birthday.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to those people celebrating a birthday. Anybody
Shouts out.
celebrating a birthday over the weekend, happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
And also, of course, we'd like to wish our celebrity friends a happy birthday. So,
Yes.
happy birthday goes out to one Demi Lovato.
He was recovering a overdose recently, of course. She's doing better.
Yeah.
26 years old today, and thank God she's here to live another birthday.
Yeah.
After a very close call.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Al Roker.
Big Al Roker.
Hey.
Looking good at 64.
Hey.
Looking slim.
Yeah.
Looking ready to go.
And finally,
Your boy,
Fred Durst. Happy birthday, sir.
48 years old, lead singer of The Limpest of Biscuits. If you guys don't know that band, check it out.
Yes.
They had some good jams back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know?
It was an interesting time.
It was a hit or miss.
Yeah.
I don't
very,
know.
very odd. But now that I think about it, I'm trying to think the last time I actually played a Limp Bizkit song. It's been a while. I don't know.
It's been, I got some for the gym.
Oh, do you?
I got some Limp Bizkit in the gym. I ain't
Oh,
gonna lie.
God. You would tell me.
You know I'll be
God.
rolling.
Damn it.
Rolling.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to kick today's show off with this story. This lady, she was on a cruise ship.
Yep.
And she fell off. And she was in the water for 10 hours.
10 hours.
10 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So a British woman has survived after falling from a cruise ship off the coast of Croatia.
Yep.
Officials say the 46-year-old was rescued 10 hours after falling into the Adriatic Sea, 60 miles offshore, around midnight on Saturday. I can't imagine, one, falling off a ship.
Number one.
One, like, okay.
Yeah.
Two, at nighttime.
Right? That'd be super scary, bro.
Super scary. Like, I'm bad at nighttime as is, at home, in my bed.
He
But
falls out of the bed.
You're telling me I
Yeah.
fall off a ship in the middle of the night,
No.
I'm pooping my pants.
Your life is over.
Yeah, I'm basically done. And then atop everything else,
Yeah.
10 hours in that water. So the woman, pictured here, Kay Longstaff, was taken to hospital in the town of Pula.
Holy, she's alive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she said she was sitting at the back of the deck before falling overboard and was very lucky to be alive. Speaking to Croatian news channel HRT, after stepping off the Coast Guard patrol boat, the Cavitat. She said, "I was in the water for 10 hours." So
Wow.
these wonderful guys rescued me, and she was taken to hospital in ambulance, which
Incredible.
I would hope so.
Jeez.
The rescue vessel's captain, Lore. Oh man, this guy's name's crazy. Give me a second.
Dr. X.
Lovro
Yeah.
or Skolvik.
Sounds right.
Okay, sounds
It
good.
could be a name.
Said that she was exhausted. Well, clearly.
No shit.
She was found on Sunday, adding, "We were extremely happy for saving a human life." Ms. Longstaff said one rescuer it had helped that she was fit, apparently, from doing yoga.
Okay.
And she sang to stop her from feeling cold overnight.
She sang.
She sang, I guess, to herself from, I don't know,
Going crazy.
from going pretty much crazy.
Good for the yoga. Yoga did it.
Yeah. So Professor Mike Tipton, an expert on surviving extreme environments, says the woman in this case had perfect survival situations with warm, calm water. The water temperature would have been about 28, 29 degrees,
Oh.
which is a little bit warmer than swimming pool
That's not bad.
water, right?
That's not bad.
He said, meaning that she probably would have not have survived if the water was colder.
No, I was gonna say
And
that's not bad at all.
And she would have suffered from water shock. And the fact that she wasn't being battered by waves,
Mm-hmm.
that means she could float
Yep.
and swim and stay near the top spot where she fell into a maximum zone of being rescued.
Nice,
Yeah. So
dude. 10 hours is no joke.
I can't even swim for
10 seconds.
10 seconds. God damn.
10 hours floating and treading water and wow. How do you fall off a cruise ship, man? Like, you don't just fall off a cruise ship. I'm sorry. You've either had one too many and you just acted was she trying to kill herself?
Well, maybe some people were trying to get, like, how people like sit up on the rails and like they
But
maybe she's
Fine.
trying to take a picture and then all of a sudden, but then
but there's
no one
nobody there?
noticed. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like nobody's there.
They got to start putting like those rescue nets around all around the ship.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea actually.
Yeah, they can fall into the rescue net, like
Yeah,
just
you
like a
fa-
big.
yeah. Just goes around the ship.
Yeah,
And if you do happen to fall over, you get into the net.
exactly.
There's no cameras on board. They don't see this happening on surveillance. There's nobody there with her at the
Well,
time.
I think
falls off.
it was around nighttime, like midnight. So
Okay.
who knows? Maybe she's just out to stargaze.
Maybe by herself potentially. It was at what? It was at midnight.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe there was nobody around.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. To fall over, I've seen them. The cruise ships, man. They got them high rails.
Yeah.
You got to climb up.
Well,
You're not just falling over.
maybe
Unless you had a little bit of
maybe-
one too
Maybe
many.
she found a low spot. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, listen. She survived 10 hours. That's pretty incredible.
Yes.
So another key, people stay fit. Maybe
Yeah.
you fall into the water. If you weren't fit, she wouldn't have survived maybe. So it's, stay fit, people.
There you go.
Do your yoga. Yoga saves lives,
Exactly.
apparently.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna start tomorrow.
Are you?
I don't know.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
You've been starting.
Yeah. And speaking of starting,
Yeah. Want to get
the new challenge, everybody. I like challenges.
I know you do. You're
I'm
the
not-
challenge man.
I'm not sure about this one.
I don't know about this one either.
It's called Tip the Bill
Yeah,
challenge.
it's a questionable. I know how you feel about tipping in general.
Yes.
You're if the service is good,
Yeah.
you're down for a little tip.
I'm all for it.
If they've earned it.
Yes.
Let's say they didn't earn it.
Oh, there's no tip.
How do you feel about tipping the whole damn bill? Listen, I don't know about this. So anyway, there's a recent tip the bill challenge, which is crazy to me. Basically, the tip is circulating social media, encourages diners to tip 100% of the cost of their meal instead of a standard 15%, which is pretty common, which most people target for. The bare minimum, as a bare minimum, usually 15%. I know that's not your bare minimum, but for most people, it's around that.
1%.
Yeah, 18 to 20% can feel normal to most people as well. So anyway, anywhere around 15% is about the average. Although it seems likely and logical that people with more money tip more, especially considering the celebrity tipping stories we've been hearing on social media. I've noticed the older people, maybe you're remembering, and older people, of course, tend to stick to the lower end of tipping. They kind of get their tip calculator out and they calculate exactly how much it's going to be.
Me.
Yeah, well, there you go. But also, you have people in the 30s and 40s tend to be a bit more tippy, a little higher, go a little bit higher with their tips. Now, the bill challenge is trying to encourage people to tip 100% of their tip, 100% of their bill. So if you bought something for $10, then you're tipping $10.
Yeah, okay.
This is, and I couldn't understand the story. I was like, okay, what's the purpose? So as we've mentioned before, we've talked about this before in the States, how hourly wages in certain states is quite low.
Yes.
Right, anywhere $2 to $5 an hour, which we thought was very low, and we didn't understand it, or we didn't know if it was real, number one.
Yeah.
So
But it is.
It is real.
Yeah.
So you can earn anywhere between $2 and $5 per hour. That's your hourly. So a lot of these servers, they need their tips.
Yeah.
That's how they make their coin.
Yes.
So I guess the thing is that a lot of people don't tip. It's getting worse and worse. And this challenge is, I guess, supposed to offset this whole situation, right? And so it's like not a protest, but it's kind of like helping the overall tipping generation come up and making sure these people at low wages are getting something.
Right.
So basically making up for the people who don't tip, which for me is a problem right out of the gate. So this is the challenge. The problem and privileges of tipping accumulated is an ebriety practice and makes for the optional and unpredictable compensation that workers are supposed to rely on, and it is a natural form of harassment and discrimination, right? Because we've heard of stories like that as well. While it undermines the professionalism and most typical hourly wage, it can reward better efforts of someone in a service position, which is what people who are optimistic about the generally exploitive gig economy called the hustle. So obviously you're tipping someone who does their job well. If they're a server and they hustle as a server and they do really well, they've earned their tip.
I'm for it.
All for that.
For it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you for this challenge?
No. Sorry.
What's the people? What do you guys think about this challenge out there,
if
people?
there was like some sort of stipulation, I mean, I'm just not going to give 100% to just anybody.
Right. That's the thing, right? Like,
I just can't. Sorry. I mean,
mean-
not all waitresses and waiters are the same, and they're not as
Agreed.
good as each other.
Agreed, 100%.
So I don't understand why. Yeah, like, what are you trying to say here? Like, what if I give 100% tip to somebody who did a really bad job? Then I don't know.
yeah.
What am I saying to that person?
Right. How do you guys feel about this challenge? I mean, I don't understand. I understand the purpose of it. I get it. You feel bad for people that earn low wages,
Yes.
and you're making up for the. I don't want to make up for the people that don't tip.
No, I don't want to make up.
Like,
for
why
those
would
people.
I do that? Why does it
No.
fall on me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't be responsible for that person who's a cheapskate and never tips at all, whether it's good or bad service. Well, no, you'll tip if there's good service.
Yes, I will. Yeah.
But I mean, I think I look at it the same way you do. I would tip based on the service.
Yes.
If it's great service, if they went out of their way to do their job, if they're efficient, if they're polite, all that stuff, that goes a long way with me.
Yeah.
And I'll tip appropriately in those situations.
Yeah.
This thing just seems like a blanket challenge, which is super weird, and I think it's created by somebody in the service industry, which also throws a lot of bias in the situation, right? I mean, because it just seems like it's just they're going out to get theirs, but at the same time, it's like you're punishing everybody for the acts of a few.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So for me, that doesn't fly. I don't know. I like a lot of challenges. The ice bucket challenge, all raising money for. I get it.
Raising awareness.
But this here, shouldn't it be more like maybe y'all should go and get the minimum wage raised?
Yeah, that's another thing. That's a whole other beast in itself, because you would think, I don't know, if you start a business, you have to adhere to minimum wage rules. I don't know how that works. Like, if I were to open a business and I hire employees, can I just delegate what I should be paying them? Or
Well, sure. If you're a business, you can choose to pay whatever you want.
Okay, I don't know how it works.
I think that if you're a business, that's why they call it minimum wage. Right, the minimum amount you can pay them is the minimum wage. But if I
can I
choose
pay
to
like $1 an hour?
whatever the minimum wage would be. So if the minimum wage in the state is $5, then you can't go any lower than $5.
Oh, well, damn it.
Well, that's cruel enough as it is. Anyway, damn you. You'd be a tough boss.
I'd be a great boss.
You'd be a fabulous boss.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess it is try and help those people with those low wages. I get it, but I think you need to go after the actual laws in those states and say, listen, guys, we should raise them. And that brings up a whole other thing, too. When we talk about minimum wages here in Canada, and people are complaining and they want those raised even more.
Yeah.
Talking about going from, in some of these, like in Toronto, some of these, they want to go from the 1090 or 1085, which it is here. They want to get it up to $15 because that's what they call a living wage.
Yeah.
So
it's a crazy argument right now. That's going on. I mean, so a lot of me agrees with the raising of the minimum wage.
Yeah.
Like I get it.
Yep.
But man, there's some other things where I'm just like, oh, because I mean, again, in the service industry where, I mean, down in the States, where people are getting paid, oh my God. Yeah, you said $2 to $5 an hour.
Yeah.
And then up here it's like double, triple that, depending on where you're working.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a messy place.
And I think we talked about this before, and I've talked about it before when I travel. And I go to the States, and I always say, listen, the service down there is above and beyond anything I've ever experienced in Canada.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that has to do with the fact that they get paid so little hourly wage that they bank on the tips. And as a consumer, I get the best service possible. Now, as the employee, it sucks.
Yes.
Because they got to hustle. Oh.
Sorry, guys.
They got to hustle a lot harder to make those tips. And, So anyway, I don't know. It's I don't know. But I think the challenge is, I think it's a little misdirected.
I think so.
I think that they're trying to help people that don't earn a lot of wage. I get it. But punishing the consumer, and I say punishing loosely, but punishing the consumer for that and saying, listen, maybe you should tip 100% of your bill to make up for all the other people that don't tip at all. and for the low wages that get paid, that's delegated by the government as a minimum wage.
Yeah.
Just makes no sense.
It should be like maybe directed towards the business owners. I don't know, but then
something like that. Yeah, I
something.
get it. Yeah.
But yeah.
It just makes no sense.
I think
anyway,
it doesn't make any sense.
Whether you guys take part of this challenge or not, I don't know. I'm personally out.
Yeah.
And for those reasons, I'm out.
Yeah.
But people who are not out, people who are in,
hey,
people that are here today watching this show, and we love you for it. Who's joined us today for the roll call? Charlene's in the house. Kathy's in the house. Matt Boyle, shouts out my man. Ooh, daddy.
number one.
Gail's in the house. Cody Ann's in the house. Ian's in the house. Ashley as well. Julie and Yogi. Brother, what's up?
What up?
The T-Dot.
Hey, for the second half of the show, we're going to kick things off something like this. So, a woman, she tried to prove that she could run fast in high heels.
Hey, I've seen some women run in high heels.
Me too.
They can fucking go.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
All right. What's the challenge?
Well, she was hit by a car in doing so.
Well, that's a problem. You have to watch out for that.
So a 21-year-old driver faces a felony charge after Austin police said he didn't stop after hitting a woman with his SUV near downtown early Saturday. Yeah. According to an arrest affidavit, the woman and her sister had just recently left a bar. And the woman was trying to prove that she could run fast in high heels. That's what her sister told police. And then she took off before her sister could stop her. Mm-hmm. And the woman nearly made it across the road before she was struck by a maroon SUV and
so close
and drug about 15 yards.
Ooh, that's long.
Yeah,
that's like 30 feet.
Yeah, it's a good little drag.
Wow. Okay.
So of course, according to the affidavit, a witness said the SUV continued to drive east on 7th Street until it was no longer in view.
Oh my God.
The woman was taken to the hospital for a brain bleed and needed immediate surgery. About 20 minutes after police responded to the scene, officers identified a nearby GMC Yukon as the suspect vehicle.
Big vehicle.
Right? Yeah, man.
Ain't no joke.
You can get hit by a lot of things. And you had to choose to get hit by one of the biggest SUVs out there.
That's a tank.
Jeez. So the SUV's driver was identified by authorities. He told police he knew he had hit somebody and proceeded through the northbound service road. And then he made a U-turn, sat in his vehicle crying before returning to the scene.
Oh.
So he just was, a little distraught.
Shocked. Yeah, shocked. Okay.
Daddy need to get it out of his system.
Listen. All right. Okay.
Anyways, the driver was eventually charged with failure to stop and to render aid, according to court documents.
Okay. Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, what is he getting charged with? Leaving the scene of an accident or something, probably, right?
Well, I mean, you got
hit and run or whatever.
Failure to stop and render aid.
Oh. So that's not too bad of a charge.
It doesn't seem that
considering,
bad. Yeah.
Right? I mean, it could be a lot worse. She didn't die, which is obviously
and
good.
I think what's being discussed from what I can tell from this article is, the sister was like, hey, she was trying to do something. What I think is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
If you're going to run in high heels, let's not do it across a busy intersection.
Well, number one, they're coming out of a bar.
And that's another thing.
So we'll assume that some beverages were consumed of the alcoholic nature.
Perhaps.
Yeah, running across the street period. Busy or not, is usually not the greatest idea in the world.
No.
Right?
No.
That's like grade 6 stuff you teach your 6-year-old. Like, look both ways before you cross.
Yeah.
So she's just bolting out there. I'm not saying it's her fault.
No.
Just saying.
It was just. I mean.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? But it's not. It's not the smartest thing to do. If you're gonna run in high heels, let's do it on the sidewalk. Bolt maybe from one end to the other and time yourself.
Find a safer place to do this.
Yeah, you don't got to do it on the street.
Yeah, why are you running, just bolting across the street?
Yeah.
Ain't cool. You're going to get hurt.
Right?
First of all, Yogi says, the set is looking amazing, guys. Haven't been on in a minute. We miss you, brother.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. Look, the set is looking pretty, look at these sets right here. Sets of guns over here.
Yeah, check these out.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not the smartest move in the world. We've seen people do a lot of dumb stuff on the show, and that's going to rank up there.
Yeah.
I don't 100% blame the driver.
No.
I'm sorry. I don't.
I mean, I'm glad that he came back.
I agree. Probably the smart thing to do, and that's it's I mean, it's a shock. I would imagine he probably was just like, "Whoa, I just
killed somebody."
Yeah, you know what I mean. Probably was going through his mind.
Yeah,
probably super relieved to find out that she was alive.
Yes.
Now you dragged 15 feet. What the hell?
Boy,
how do you? I mean, 15 yards. Like what the?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a good run.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't blame him 100%. We've seen people in this city just walk out with no thought process.
It almost happened to me on the weekend. I was going to the beach, but it was on Quimple Road, and a couple kids on their skateboards.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the right of way, but they decided to just go across the street.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, if you were on your cell phone or if I was distracted,
yeah,
could have been a different story.
Yeah, totally, man. I don't know if it's good to see it's not just our city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's notorious. It's everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Boy. All right, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
She's all right. He'll be all right.
Yeah. And
watch out for them Yukons, baby.
Speaking of people who are maybe not all right, one Kevin Spacey, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, boy.
Recently released a movie, I guess.
Yeah, it just came out. A movie called The Billionaires Boys Club. Well, this is ironic for this story.
Literally the exact opposite.
Yeah, which features disgraced actor Kevin Spacey, as we all know.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Well, it opened up this weekend. Box office opening on Friday. Huge box office opening.
Huge, daddy.
The film opened in 10 theaters in select states. That the total marked the worst showing in film history. The total average, fewer or less than 2 tickets sold per film per venue for a grand total of box office opening $126.
Yo.
So the film's poor showing comes months after Spacey faced several accusations of sexual harassment from coworkers on his Netflix series House of Cards. Netflix booted Spacey from the show, and a sexual assault case against the actor is reportedly being reviewed by the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. Vertical Entertainment, the distributor of the movie, has previously released a statement imploring moviegoers to enjoy the film, despite Spacey's role, which the company characterizes as a minor role, and said it hoped it would not take away from the overall product. Well, you know what? It did take away from the overall production.
I just did a little quick Googling.
Yes.
$15 million was the budget for this movie.
$15 million?
Yeah.
In all consideration, that's not bad.
That's not bad, because that's what they spent.
Okay, that's not the word. I mean, listen, you're not making up for it with $126, but quote, we hope these distressing allegations penetrating to one's personal behavior that were not. I know, just went with the story, man.
Gross.
I know.
He wanted to penetrate.
That were not publicly known when the film was made almost 2.5 years ago, from someone who has a small supporting role in the Billionaire Boys Club, does not tarnish the release of the film. Quote, at the same time, this is neither an easy nor insensitive decision to release this film in the theaters, but we believe in giving the cast, as well as hundreds of crew members who worked hard on the film, the chance to see their final product reach the audience. Yeah.
I mean,
I get that.
I'm down for that.
Well, listen.
Down for that. And I mean, we kind of spoke about it when Roseanne kind of went off,
right.
And like a lot of people's jobs were kind of canceled as a result.
Yeah, totally.
But man.
But here's the thing, though, right? And we were talking about this before we came on, because I'm assuming Kevin got paid.
Clearly, yes.
right? He gets a salary. He gets a whatever.
Yeah,
right?
he's like,
he gets his $10 million or whatever. If it's a small role, maybe not as much. I don't know.
Right.
He is an Oscar-winning award-winning actor. So his price is up there.
For sure.
But, he got paid.
Not anymore after this one.
Well, no, he's...
They were like, listen, I got $100 for you. For this
and a sandwich.
movie.
What do you think of that deal?
Yeah, no sandwich.
Oh, minus the sandwich.
Give you a $5 per diem every day for filming.
No access to the catering.
Yeah, and young men.
Easy.
Okay, sorry.
Easy. So, I don't know, man. I mean, he got paid. Listen, the cast and crew, they all got paid.
Yeah.
So don't, the studio trying to backpedal a little bit now. These guys all got paid. Right?
I would hope so, yes.
Now, the only one making money on the back end is usually the studio.
Yeah.
And usually the lead actors or the top actors, which I'm assuming they say he was a supporting role, but I'm assuming in his contract he probably had something that said, listen, I get a little bit of back end. The movie does over whatever.
Oh, Kevin Spacey's all about that back end.
He's about that back end.
That
back it up, baby. Back it up. Come here. Anyway, but $126, that ain't going to pay the bills, buddy. That ain't going to do it. I've never heard of anything like this in my life.
It's a bad one. I'm trying to remember the one just as bad, almost as bad as this.
Well, the only other film that I remember, and I think I remember, I don't know, a few years back, they said the worst films. I think Geely was at that time the worst grossing film at that time, and this was years ago. But I think it just grossed $7 million total. Right? Now, $7 million is a far cry from $126.
But I mean,
but it was only bad because they had two crappy actors.
Right.
Not really crappy.
But this is crazy. It was released on 10. It's so crazy. Like
Dude,
10 theaters. How are the people even involved in the film going to see their own? Like, they're going to have to travel to one of these 10 places to see it.
Even Kevin didn't go to the movie.
Right? Yeah, Kevin didn't
None of the staff. Man, if it had less than 2 tickets sold per thing, I mean, even the cast didn't even go. I mean,
yeah, they're like, yo, there was no premiere.
Well, they didn't pay. There was definitely no premiere, and he definitely was not there. $126. I've never heard of anything so low. Damn. I mean, for an opening, that's ridiculous. So, but you know what, man? You can't do what you do as Kevin Spacey and expect your movies to do great things.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. So, I don't really feel bad for him.
No, exactly.
I do feel bad for the cast, though.
I feel bad for everybody else that could have benefited from, like, let's say if this was a really good movie and then potentially could have opened the doors for any upcoming actors that were featured in this movie. Yeah, that's the only thing I feel bad for is when a person of his stature is kind of ruining everybody else's chances of kind of progressing their careers.
Totally. Can you imagine you work super hard as an actor, and that's super hard anyway, and you finally get a feature role in a movie that features Kevin Spacey, and you're like, I made it. Mom and Dad. It's going to be a great film.
And then next thing you know, Kevin Spacey's in the news for,
Dude, you just got to be going, oh, like, no.
I can't get ahead. Can't get ahead
like Kevin Spacey gets.
Yeah.
What are you breaking over there,
I don't know, man.
Why are you breaking things?
I got to oil this or something.
Yeah, that's what Kevin said.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I got to oil this.
Yeah. Anyway. We've gone too far. Stop playing with it.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, I think that's the end.
That's the end.
You don't want any more.
Guys, you don't want any more. We're done today.
It's not good.
Yeah.
We do appreciate you guys joining us on this fabulous Monday. And come on back, because we will be back tomorrow, as you know. 5 o'clock. Swing on by. And listen, if you like the episode today, like it, share it, tell a friend about it. Go check us out on the other platforms as well, right?
Yes. Check us out on the YouTube, the iTunes, the Google Play, the iHeart Radio. Yeah. I'm trying to think where else we're at.
All those things.
Yeah, we're on a bunch of different platforms, but if you can seek us out on those and subscribe and rate us, high up there on the charts.
Not too low, not too high, but, a little bit high.
Something, yeah. How's it? Here's a challenge.
Oh, here we go.
We've got the Tip the Bill challenge?
Yeah.
How about give us the Talking Trends 5-star challenge?
I like that challenge better than Tip the Bill challenge.
Yeah, what you do. So this is how you do it. You find us on iTunes by typing in Talking Trends.
We have no shame.
And you subscribe and you give us 5 stars. That's the challenge. Hey, no money out of your pocket.
Super easy.
Super easy.
Nothing to it but to do it.
And also you get a nice thank you. From us.
From us.
Yeah.
Maybe a handwritten sentiment.
Yeah.
Like a little.
Yeah, send us your address. I'll send you a postcard.
Yeah, oh yeah. How do you like them apples, baby?
Yeah.
And we won't be creepy when we do it, but
Nope.
we might be.
Okay.
Yeah, do that, people. We'd love for you to come back again tomorrow. We'll be back 5 o'clock. Bring some people with you, and we'll do it all over again. Check it out. We'd love to see you then.
Yes.
Peace out.
We out.